everyone to our episode 48 of our podcast Cultivating a New Generation. In today's section, Drops of Wisdom, we are going to discuss the book Free to Focus by Michael Hyatt. And we are going to discuss a topic that is perfect for this time of the year. And now that we are starting the second month of this 2023, do you think that being busy is making progress? We have been with these uh, trends of mainstream, of being productive, of doing things, of being busy, and that's representative of your success many times. That's mainstream message. That's what people think, that not having time is good for you and your health, which we are going to see that is completely opposite. Finding what moves you, what resonates with your core values, what makes your heart play and sing, is only found through the power of reflection, through the power of turning on your brain and using the state of default mode network that wanders through the sea of inspiration. That default network that we have to navigate and to reflect and to think about many times ideas and dreams is what you need to really be productive. Our current myths about productivity are unsustainable and inefficient. That's why instead of productivity, we should start aiming for freedom. That's a much better message in terms of how to have freedom to do a lot of things in your days. Freedom can mean a lot of things for different people. The freedom to focus, for example, which means finding the time to focus and accomplish uninterrupted deep work. This is the most important and often most difficult type of work as it yields more results and involves tough mental labor. That's why your brain needs to rest. It sounds counterintuitive, but most of our breakthrough ideas actually happen when our minds are at ease, when they are relaxed. Being productive during the week means we gain time and freedom to do nothing in our time off, and that's when the creative juices really start flowing. When our calendar starts to overflow and our to do list is longer than the shopping list, we instinctively cut down on recreation and relaxation. Those are the two things that usually are um, taken away many times, and for most of us, busy periods of mean canceling the dinner with a friend or getting few less hours of sleep, which is going to have a consequence in your health. But not only that, resting or skipping on this kind of very powerful metabolic activity, which is sleep and leisure, damages your emotional health and is completely ineffective in terms of becoming more productive. Many of us believe that time is flexible and our energy levels remain unchanged throughout the day. We think we can extend our workday for 20 or 30% and accomplish more, but time is fixed. Time is not extendable, but your energy levels are finite. If you measure the time and if you have priorities, that's when you really can achieve the freedom that you want. We usually get our best work done in the morning if you are an early riser, and if you are in the late, right, in the late people, the people that spend more time or more productive time at night or in the evening, then just identify that with your circadian rhythms, with your energy levels, and feeling when is your best time to do the deep work and when is the best time to slow a little bit, to rest and to recover and be less productive but more restful. This daily proof of intercalating or intermingling um, well, shifting the schedules is what makes energy levels flexible, and they expand and they give you more focus and willpower in terms of the resources that you need to replenish. Our social lives are also a casualty in our endless march toward productivity. Humans are innately social creatures, and we need these intimate relationships that are essential for our emotional well being. Some of our most important relationships are those we have with our family and friends, and neglecting these for work is a terrible idea because it's going to give you consequences in terms of your emotional health and mental health. If our personal relationships deteriorate, our energy, motivation, and mental suffer. And this affects the productivity that you are having and the motivation levels. Finally, don't underestimate the power of playing. Playing refers to any recreational activity undertaken for the pure joy of the activity. This includes hiking, painting, fishing, or just taking the kids to the park, or performing your routine of exercise in um, in a state of also having time to do it and not being in a rush. This means identifying also key tasks to focus on and trimming away everything else that just make you busy. You can identify candidates for elimination by assessing your passion and proficiency for each task. Passion refers to the high levels of motivation that you bring to certain tasks. Proficiency, on the other hand, is the level of skillfulness that you have to perform the task and to significantly contribute to the work that you are doing. So, how can we summarize this short reflection of having freedom to focus? The first phrase that I'm going to use to summarize this is because deep work involves intense focus, it's draining and it's only possible for a limited time each day. This makes another objective of productivity even more important. That is the freedom to do nothing. That is very good to do this kind of shifting work. The second phrase that I can use to summarize is doing less to be more productive may seem strange because it goes against the mainstream messages, but it's the most important secret to efficiency. Productivity isn't about doing more of everything, it's about doing more of the right things. Thank you very much for being here, for listening. If you like this reflection, if you resonate with the message, just give me a comment, a reaction, or better yet, share the message. Thank you very much for paying attention. Have a wonderful Wednesday afternoon and rest of the week. We will see each other next week. See you and have an amazing second month. Bye.